We just got back from the backcountry of North Carolina, and boy, I had a blast.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
It was so awesome. Get me out in nature.
Yeah. Some of the best therapy, right? And it's free.
Yes. Yes. We just got back 2:00 this morning. We drove right through. So
wonderful. Well, let's start out with some quick wins. Okay, so today we're gonna do. You've got 3 minutes to share your wins. I'm gonna set the timer to keep us on track because we've got a lot of ground to cover on the going forward. So, Laura, just to put you on the spot, I'm gonna give you 3 minutes first. 3 minutes to share your wins.
Oh, okay. I won't need that one. I took when she didn't look too busy, I started talking to her and I said, you know, I told her that I would really love to let her know about what I'm doing. I said, you're friendly, you're outgoing, you enjoy people, you talk to them well. I want you on my team. And she got really excited.
I bought some.
And I'd like to have you on it. So anyway, long story short, we're having a late lunch today at 2:00.
Fantastic, Laura. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Great job.
She actually returned my calls and called me when, I mean, it's amazing. Anymore, you're so used to people not getting back to you that get enthused. I mean, this gal setting it up.
Fantastic. That's wonderful, Laura. You're doing it already. Good job.
Well, I keep doing it, but they keep not doing it. But this is like doing it.
You're changing it. You're changing it. We had that discussion. You're changing it. You're changing your experience. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Anya, 3 minutes or less, go. Oh, we can't hear you. You're muted, Anya.
Okay, so I did the 500 already. Actually, I'm almost up to double that on my page, which I'm thrilled. And I have quite a bit of group volume growing, so I'm thrilled with that. I did not do 2 business presentations. Hey there, Molly. And but I've been following up with a couple of people that after my quick like owners presentation at a BNI group locally. So I have 2 waterfalls in the work with that and sent them out information. One I followed up with this morning. And I have my new distributor has 2 people interested in the waterfall because they experienced it at her house. So that's some really awesome wins. And an awesome win was also being in the backcountry, really enjoying nature and going hiking every day in spite of the drizzle and the rain, and just being away from technology and just getting out of my mindset of I got to make this happen. And I feel like I'm really coming back refreshed now, and I'm ready to go.
Woohoo!
So it was good to see the balance for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that.
Fantastic. That's awesome.
And I also followed up before we left for 2 people to get on that conference call on Thursday evening. And we're both in communication with both of them, moving them forward.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, that's it.
Way to go, Anya. That's awesome. Okay. Haley, would you like to share your wins? We're giving everyone 3 minutes or less.
Oh gosh, I'll take way less. I haven't been on this call for a long time, so I'll just start with. But my team, I think that like it's so awesome for me to be able to like look at my team and see their wins and count those, right? So everyone on my team that is active right now has had at least 1 order placed, and that's a huge win. Like 1 retail order, 1 new customer, and a couple of them are really working towards finding new people for their team, and they've been doing awesome. They've been doing like 2 to 3 presentations a week, and I think that this Kickin Kaizen game is going to really help that and pushing that forward. So that's really exciting.
That's fantastic.
Way to go, Haley.
Way to go. That was 1 minute even. Good job. Sarah, you're up next.
Okay. Okay. So I've had several good wins this past couple weeks. Last week I wasn't able to jump on, so I was busy, and so counting all the things that I've done, my aunt, I'll start with my aunt. My aunt came from Florida, both of my aunts. One of them's son was graduating, and so while she was here, she had this terrible headache. She's like, gotta have her coffee and her Pepsi, and so she didn't have that because we don't drink coffee. There was no coffee pot, and she's like, oh, I have a headache. So I put my power band on her, and I actually massaged her forehead with the little tiny magnet and some lavender oil, and her headache immediately went away. Oh, and she drank some water, some of the Pine Mag water. So she was like, oh, I want to order one of those necklaces. So we got on there, registered her as customer, and ordered the necklace. And she said, I'll probably be ordering some other things. Well, then the next day, my other aunt came up, and she wasn't feeling good. She had eaten something that didn't set with her stomach right. So I was like, you need to drink some water. So I gave her some water, and I put my power band necklace on her, and she started feeling better. And she's like, oh my goodness, I'm feeling better. So the next day they were driving back home to Florida, and her son was driving. And so she texted me, and she's like, I am really interested in that magnet therapy stuff that you've got going. So we're going to get her registered. And then, at Kroger, the little ladies in the bakery, I go in there and get my cardboard for my garden, and they're so nice. And the lady's like, well, how do you have so much energy, and you have 6 children, and you homeschool, and I just don't understand this. And I said, well, actually, let me tell you about it. So I started telling her about Kickin, and I didn't go in there for about a week. And so when I came back in there day before yesterday, she was like, I haven't seen you. I need to talk to you. I need to order vitamins for myself, my husband, and my children. And then there was another lady in there, and she's like, I want to order some vitamins too for my husband. So I'm so excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm on a roll. And then I've finally sat down and have started making my 200 list and really getting into the nitty gritty of that. And I signed up for an Instagram account and a Twitter account to try to start getting some flow through all of that good stuff. So
awesome. Yeah. Good job, Sarah.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Thank you.
You got 3 seconds to spare, girl.
Woohoo!
But one fun thing, she's got her family engaged now, and her 13-year-old son, you got to tell him your slogan.
Oh my goodness. Yes, this is awesome. He said, Mom, if we can't, me can. And so that's our new little slogan here.
There you go.
Sarah, where is your family in Florida?
They are down in Pasco County. It's San Antonio, Florida, near Plant City.
Oh, wow. They're down there.
Yeah, they're like in the middle of the Gulf side. So, yeah. And then we've got some in Lakeland, more towards Orlando. So when we go down for the Orlando Summit thing, we're going to visit them and all that good stuff. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Igor Gundel. He's in the Sarasota area. It's just a little bit north of where your family is. He's somebody really great to reach out to.
What is his name?
Igor Gundel. He's a Royal Diamond. He's originally from Germany.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
And I think there's also some people in Bradenton.
Yeah, my aunt works in Bradenton.
Okay. Yeah, there's some people there too.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Gertrude, did you have anything you wanted to share?
No, I'm just glad to be back in the loop.
And that's a big win. Good job for charging back. Glad to have you. Okay, so the big win for me was getting Kickin Kaizen launched. That was my big win. I've had some other good connections. Now I've made a name for myself in the area where I have people coming up to me at gatherings and saying, hey, I've got this issue. What can I do? Or I really need some help. I talked to the gal yesterday who has really severe joint discomfort, and I happen to have CM cream sample in my purse, and so had her put that on all over, and she says, I need to come see you next week. When can we visit more about this? And so that's good. Laura, I love that experience when people are setting appointments with you because they want to learn about it. It's a nice feeling. It's a nice feeling. Good thing to attract there. And I've already got, this is my contact list for today already. I'm launched. My goal was to get to 20 before the call, and I'm about 18, so I'm just too shy of my goal, but wanted to really get going. And Gertrude's a big win too. I'm glad she's back. I've missed her. She's fun to have around. So this Kickin Kaizen, today we launch our day 1. So if you haven't already, and I would share my screen, but I can't. Haley, are you able to do that? You can share your screen on Kickin Kaizen. If I share my screen, it stops showing me.
Let me get
by now, are all of you through step 7 on the top line?
almost.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Still working on my list.
Okay. That's, I think, when we do our reports now, the complete or incomplete, we'll keep the same for those who are wanting to stay at the same pace and do the 2 business presentations a week. So we're also going to have a Kickin complete. Okay? So that's 30 presentations for the week. 30 business presentations. That's going to be our Kickin complete. So we can answer complete, incomplete, or Kickin complete. All right? Then we know that you're in it big time, ready to rock and roll. So hopefully you guys have all seen the updates. I just put one more thing on there today on slide 5. Haley, would you mind going to slide 5? I just wanted it to be readily accessible. And I was stoked that we have the same color. I didn't even plan that. So it does kind of brand a little bit. I'm stoked about that. So the step 1 is an intro to the business and inviting them to be a part of the business. And step 2 is a lot more product heavy, but we still invite them to be part of the business. So these are the ones you can use to send out. These count as doing presentations for the week. Okay? Any questions there?
Yep. Quick question. So you have this whole PowerPoint. This is something you would do with somebody over a Zoom or in person?
The PowerPoint, the Kickin Kaizen PowerPoint?
Yes.
The Kickin Kaizen is for people who want to retire from their job in 90 days.
Okay. So if I have a new distributor that kind of said, yeah, I want to take a look at this and see if I can, so I would do this with them either remotely or in person right here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. And then these 2 videos, step 1 and step 2, I could send to just any interest in any prospect.
Yes. I put them both on here so that they're available for when people want to, if people are going through and hopefully watching them themselves first.
Yes.
Then sharing with others.
Okay, awesome. So this is something that is on the Google Docs yet. Yeah, so far I have virtually just like 2 hours ago that I have internet again.
Okay.
I haven't looked at it. Okay, great. Thank you, Molly.
And if you guys see anything that needs changing, I redid my first video. Carolyn gave me some feedback there. And so now it's more compliant to what we were saying. We've talked about.
Molly, I did notice something.
Uh-huh.
On the video in step 5, the second one about energy, towards the end, I think it's towards the end, you talk about the PDF that's on there, the 50-page or whatever, and then it's not on here. I know you were saying something about it not being able to be loaded, but I don't know if you want to change your video because.
Yeah, scroll down a little. Hey, I'm trying to think. That's the 90-day. No, that's the 200 names list one. Oh yeah. Okay, this is the one that Haley. This has been recently updated. So there's a link to Ultimate Memory Jogger. If you go into your Google Drive, you can click directly on that, and it will open up a 72-page PDF.
Okay. So you can click on the little link, and it works now.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
I needed some professional help on that one.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So, great questions and feedback. Anything else?
I don't think so.
So is everyone ready then to launch out and start their momentum ball of fire to go and light up the world for a bunch of people?
Yay!
Yay!
Okay, we're starting then. If you've got 1 through 7 done, then we're starting with the step 1 or 2 video with people. I've sent out tons of invitations to view it. So I'll be following up to see, but my phone has just been lighting up. I'm having to use my son's for a hotspot because every time someone texts or calls or messages me, it takes off my internet power. So it's fun. Yes.
I have a question that's probably you've already answered, but I've been taking notes and I missed that. Okay, before you, when you go to send that step 1 to somebody or step 2, what are the preliminaries that you do before you get that to them?
Great question. Haley, can you go down to, I think it's 9 and 10, maybe 10 and 11? It's 10 and 11. Sorry, it's 11 and 12. But here's a video. I said, what do you say to your prospects on the slide number 11? And then 12 is just a quick recap of what I say on those 2. But if you're approaching someone, this is a really great question. If you're approaching someone that you don't know, like if you're at a restaurant or at Walmart or someplace and you feel a connection with someone, like, they might be fun to work with. You say, hey, I just love your smile and I've really enjoyed our conversation. You strike me as someone who really has some ambitious goals and is going after them. Would you be open to learning a stream of income? And, start out something like that. If it's someone that you know, then you would say, hey, Donna, I am so excited about something. And I know how well we worked together on that humanitarian project 5 years ago. And I just have had such a blast. And you were so with it and on top of things. Would you consider going into business with me? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Then you send the email to her or the video.
Right. Then she says, well, what is it? And you say, great question. The best way for me to answer that is I have this really short video. I can text you or email you, and then you can watch it and let me know. I'll follow up with you tomorrow to see if it's something you're interested in.
Cool. Sounds easy enough.
Yep. It really is. Great questions.
Thanks.
Hey, anything else? Anya, you're muted again.
I'm like, I have all the screens open so I can follow along. When somebody says, I don't know, I really have so limited time, how do you kind of say, how do you steer that conversation?
And that's a dilemma for most great people.
Yes.
That they don't have time to do it. And say, I found the same problem. I saw this as a way to create more time in my schedule, because I'm never going to be able to. Did you have something to add, hey?
Yeah.
Okay, add.
I just always say to be on social media. I see you posting on Instagram. You can do this business if you can post on Instagram.
Okay.
It's not, you know what I mean? Like you
I
can,
can't hear.
you can send links on videos. If you can send, videos to people through Messenger that you think are funny, it's time to do this business. It's not like you have to spend hours a day, like mapping out things and creating content and all of that. It's all provided for us.
That's
So,
true.
and you don't, oh goodness, I must have some feedback going. You don't have to source products, right? You don't have to worry about all of the things that usually come with a business like this, because Nikan takes care of that for us. So it's not, you have time, and everyone has time to do this. Everyone, you can be the busiest person in the world and you still have time to do this. It's just, are you willing to make it a priority?
Right. Yeah. Great points. And I agree. So, but if they really are just trying to come up with excuses, or you get the sense that they're just looking, okay, well, if things change for you, I'm still here.
Right.
I'll be doing this the rest of my life because I love it so much.
And I guess I'm still getting used to this new way of doing presentation and this new way of doing 21 clubs, where in the old days you had to do it all face to face.
Right.
So, I can, when the question comes up, I guess my mind went back, because it came up this morning with somebody, and she's a manager of a gym, and she's from Texas. And when I first met her, she was so excited. And now she goes, I don't even have time. Like, I'm working so much here in the gym, I don't even have time for nothing. And I'm like, yeah, because I want to be realistic with people. I know we all have, but you also got to be realistic. You gotta put in 10 hours a week.
Yep. Yeah, but it does take time. It does, absolutely.
Be quiet, okay?
Okay.
So, Dave Johnson's presentation today was really good, his leadership call, and he talks about, people starting their dreams and launching their dreams and then quickly realizing that it's a nightmare. Like a lady starting a bakery. She gets up at 3:00 in the morning to go into her bakery. She's working her tail off and going to the bank and keeping ledgers and all this stuff. And pretty soon, what she once really loved, she hates. And she didn't really have a business. She didn't have freedom. She had a job that owned her. And so, that's another thing to take into consideration when people own their own business. Do they own it, or is it owning them? Oh, that's great that you achieved this dream. Is it as great as you thought it would be? Like if she owns a gym and she's trying to run this gym, it may become less of what she desired. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, I am bound and determined to finish my 10 to 20 invitations to view those videos today.
Awesome.
It's taken me 20 contacts, 20 reach outs to get 3 people engaged in watching it. So now this has only been over the last hour and a half, and so I know some of those will keep trickling in, but I'm not stopping. I'm responding to people as they go, and I've had a couple people say, okay, I need to order a few things, and so it's all good. I'm just loving people. I'm just loving all of these people that have been a part of my life at some point, and meeting their needs where they're at. So,
yeah.
All right. Oh, Laura, you have a question.
Oh, well, I had a comment, a real fast one.
Okay.
You probably received this too. Dr. Greg Nelson, as many of you know, is our Molly's and my upline. He sent out an email Friday, 2 of them, on magnetic blood and how magnetics can keep your blood thinner so it doesn't get sick and make you sick. And it's really, really awesome. There's 2 links in there. If anybody wants these emails, let me know, text me. I'll forward these to you. Yeah. I think it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I've already forwarded it to 5 or 6 people in my family.
That's awesome. That's
More.
awesome.
So, anyway, let me know. laurafrysg@gmail.com or just my phone number.
Awesome. Thanks, Laura.
You bet.
Thank you.
It's worth it.
Okay. Well, if I anticipate that our phone should be blowing up. Okay, so I'd love to be doing 3 ways with you. If you've got people that are ready to connect that way, I'd love to. I want to help. I'm doing my own contacts just because I want to kind of set the pace and help people. But I want to help you succeed too. So make sure you include me in some 3-way phone calls. And do you have any other questions or comments?
I always worry about you being too busy to bother, but can I forget that and just try?
Just do it. You've got 3 ways ready. Let's do them.
Okay. Yeah. Ellen and Bob are down to Nevada running a campground for this summer. So that's why they haven't been on anything.
That's fun.
Play with it. You can play with it.
Okay. Any other questions? Comments?
All this stuff is now on the Google Drive, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Molly.
Hey, love you all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, Gertrude.
Print it off.
I said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Perfect. Make it an awesome. Bye,